It is official. The United Government of Wyandotte County approved a STAR bond project for the new multi-billion-dollar Chiefs Stadium in KCK. The vote was approved 7-3 last night, but some residents tell us they still have unanswered questions about this. And as we've been telling you, the stadium site will be in a vacant lot near North 126th Street and State Avenue, just west of the Kansas Speedway. It's going to be a mixed-use development site that includes sports, entertainment, dining, shopping, office, hotel, and residential properties. This morning, we're listening to the voices of county leaders from last night, addressing questions and concerns on the project, as well as the voices of residents who are still uneasy about it. Let's get to my co-anchor Taylor Hemnes live outside City Hall this morning. Taylor, good morning.
Lindsay, good morning. Obviously, we didn't learn everything there is to learn last night. Obviously, this is a multi-billion-dollar decision, a generational change to Wyandotte County. There's lots to still consider over the next 5 years as this project really gets underway and things start to be built here in Wyandotte County. But we did learn some new things about the stadium and its place here in KCK. Our Fernanda Silva was at the meeting and has this report.
Some neighbors' questions were addressed on Thursday meeting. There were about 80 people here, and a lot of them came back. They were here on Tuesday and came back looking just for that, answers to their concerns. Before voting on participating in a STAR bond project for the Chiefs, Wyandotte County Commissioners heard a long presentation from Todd LaSala.
This process seems very strange. It is. It's very unique.
LaSala is the contracted economic development attorney who represents the UG. He addressed some of the questions neighbors asked on Tuesday, including community impact.
There is a committee that is contemplated for about half of the community improvement fund. The term sheet between the state and the team talks about 5 members on that committee. And one of our conditions would be that the UG would have a member on that committee.
Kansas businesses, especially those in Wyandotte County, should be meaningfully and intentionally included from the start and not an afterthought.
Infrastructure was also a concern raised.
We are very aware that a stadium landing in that location requires a lot of infrastructure.
Who's paying for the maintenance cost?
The state owns it, state's the landlord, the team is the tenant, paying rent to the landlord, and that money gets pushed back into a repair and maintenance fund to use to maintain and keep the stadium up over the years.
Questions about resources were also taken.
Who will pay for public safety?
The Kansas City Chiefs are responsible for security within the stadium. Beyond that, there is anticipation that there would be other public safety needs, fire and police, et cetera. And that number over a 25-year period is pegged at $57 million.
Many questions remained unanswered. I spoke to some neighbors after the meeting, and they told me that they felt disappointed. I took that concern to KCK mayor, and she said that it was a really hard decision to make, but they hope the community is going to trust them. In KCK, Fernanda Silva, KSHB 41 News.
So obviously the dollar signs are probably the biggest point of contention through this entire argument, right? When you're talking about billions of dollars to be built with this stadium, that's what's going to get most people's attention. One of the questions that was asked last night was about those STAR bonds that are going to be used to pay for that. What if the bonds issued are not able to, or what if the funds raised are not able to cover the bonds in this situation? And the lawyer you just heard from in that story said that's not the UG's problem because it's the state issuing those bonds, not the UG moving forward. So that was one thing that was addressed last night. Even after all of that, one of those people that Fernanda mentioned that she spoke to told us there's still some disappointment and some confusion here.
So more should have been done for the county, but because of the way the deal was structured at the state level and with the legal people that engineered the STAR bond process, basically put it out of our hands and left us with little or no bargaining power for a project this size. It's not right.
Now, the difference between this and what happened in Olathe 3 nights ago is the turnout of the vote. This was 7-3. Olathe was unanimous, 7-0. What was the same was the Chiefs issuing statements after both of those votes. Here's what they said after last night's vote here in Wyandotte County. We extend our appreciation to Mayor Crystal Watson and the Wyandotte County Board of Commissioners for their support of the STAR Bond Initiative for the new Kansas City Chiefs Stadium in Wyandotte County. We are grateful for the process and remain very excited for the collaboration with Wyandotte County to build on this partnership. And I mentioned Olathe a few nights ago. Obviously, that was the $300 million STAR bond proposal. They approved 7-0. That is where the new team facility and headquarters is going to be, all getting ready to start in 2031, that first season that it will all be ready to go with the Chiefs. Now, this is something that's continued to come up with our viewers. We know over the next 5 years, it's going to come up a whole